Hello everyone and welcome back to another 5K Tennis podcast. Here we are still very early in the season, that is the ATP and WTA seasons, and we have already found ourselves at our 6th show. Let's go! Come on! Alright!
I'm waiting for the big one, the Australian Open.
Man, I'm ready to battle today. You ready, Carla?
Sure.
You ready to go head to head?
Sure.
Let's go! Come on! Alright, so we're going to jump right into this show here on this Monday morning in Dauphin Island, Alabama, and we have a lot to talk about.
Yeah, quite a few finals happened a few days ago.
And we have some fun topics, I think.
Yeah, we do.
All right. So this is, as always, a direct continuation from our last show, so there should be a direct link above that should pop up. So if you missed out on our previous show, then you can catch right up with comments and topics, and then fall right into this show. All right, so here we go. So don't forget about our tennis racket giveaway that Carla and I always do for every major tournament during the ATP and WTA season. So here we are on the eve, or almost the eve, of the Australian Open. So I'll put a link above so you can click on that to find out the rules and what you need to do to qualify for our tennis racket giveaway. Again, it's a used racket. It's still a nice frame. It's freshly strung, and I think if someone wins it, they'll be very satisfied. What do you think, Carla?
Definitely. I would love to get it free. I mean, to win it. It's going to be tough to win it, though. I'll admit that.
Yeah, it is tough.
Very tough to win.
It is tough to win it, but we've sent out quite a few over the past couple of years, so it is doable. So check it out, and definitely don't miss out the opportunity.
You'll definitely have to do your research.
All right, so by the way, please subscribe to our channel. We really enjoy doing this show, and Carla and I have some personal goals. As tennis players, we tend to be competitive and like to set goals for ourselves. So subscribe to our channel. Usually I mention that at the end, but we get a lot of viewers and not a lot of subscribers. So hopefully that will be a sign of things better to come for us. So subscribe to the channel. If there's anything we can do to be better, please let us know. If there's any topics that you wish to discuss, please let us know. We really believe tennis is a passion for a lot of people. It's a big passion for us. We bleed it, we wake up with it, we go to sleep with it, we stream with it, and have a lot of friends, family all over this small world in which we live. That's the tennis world that we like to share the game with, and they all help us get better every day as well. So thank you to all of you. Subscribe to our channel. It's a big help, especially when we're trying to meet some personal goals. So let's go! All right? All right, so by the way, a huge shout out to YTech Strings. There is a link above of the playtest and string test that Carla and I did this past week, which was with Quadro Twist. So Carla
loved the string.
Loved it. It was really nice, and again,
loved the bite.
Yeah, nice bite in the ball, really comfortable. But I won't waste your time with it because I want you to see the actual link that we did. We did an unboxing video, and then we did a week-long play test and string test with it. And again, we give it a standing ovation. So next week, or this week, in the latter part of this week, we're going to get into our next YTech string, which is the Hexagon X.
Correct.
I've heard a lot of great things about it. I know it's similar to something like RPM Blast, which is a Babolat string, so I'm hoping that this one really sets the bar really high, and based upon the Quadro Twist, I have a feeling it's going to do so. How about you?
I think so.
So remember, though, what I always say when we mention YTech, does YTech sponsor us? Absolutely. But YTech is one of those companies that not only has top-notch quality in terms of product, but they have top-notch customer service. They have a wonderful owner who has taken time before he even knew what we did to make sure as players and coaches we had what we needed. So thank you very much to the entire YTech team, from the salespeople to those that create these wonderful strings, to the owner himself, respectively, Ivor Savage, who keeps up with us and not only looks out for our needs in terms of our podcast, but our needs in terms of what we do on the court. So thank you very much. There will be a link above that will pop up for, again, the latest playtest. And also, I will put a link down below in the description field, so you can go to www.ytechstrings.com and check out their wonderful inventory and some of their lovely apparel. All right? Standing ovation. All right, so we're going to move forward with the next segment, which is the results from our poll question that we had last week. So our last show.
Right, it was the last show.
So the last poll question that we put up, or Carla and I put up, was which male, ATP, will win the Australian Open? So the results are in, and 50% of our viewers, and there was quite a few that filled out the multiple choice poll question. 50% of the viewers selected Roger Federer.
Wow, I'm shocked.
So
I hope so for him.
I
love Roger Federer, and that would be great for him.
But who do you really think is going to win it?
I don't think it'll be Novak. I really don't. I
I
think we'll be surprised this year.
She's a huge...
I picked Nadal and Kachanov.
There you go.
But I think we will be shocked.
Yeah, she's a huge Nadal fan, and also a huge Kachanov fan. So sometimes she tells me if Nadal or Kachanov showed up at the door, she might put me in the doghouse.
No, that's not true.
I'm just
I
kidding.
enjoy Nadal as a player.
Just kidding.
He's got the fire in him, so I love that. I love to see that.
So thank you very much for answering the poll questions. Again, you viewers selected Roger Federer at least 50%. Djokovic came in second at about 27%. Nadal was around 13%. And the residual was all other, just other.
Makes sense.
Makes sense, though.
Yeah.
So thank you very much for that. So I'm going to go ahead and load the screen with the next poll question for this week. I think it should be obvious that the next poll question should be which woman will win the Australian Open. That is on the WTA side. So the poll question will be, which woman will win the Australian Open? Here it is. Ready?
Sure.
Choice A will be Serena Williams, B, Aryna Sabalenka, C, Simona Halep, D, Naomi Osaka, and E, other. And if it is other, leave in comments who your other selection is and why we think that will be your other selection. And I will create statistics based upon the number of answers there in relation to how many of you chose other. So if you leave other, just tell me who so I can factor in what the percentages are.
Well, right? I'm going to pick Serena to win this Australian Open, and Sabalenka looks great. So, yeah, she's right behind her. Could beat Serena, actually.
Yeah, so I'm not going to let my cat out of the bag
But,
yet.
I'm going to look at the draw, of course, when it comes out.
Yeah.
I usually do my picks after I see the draw, but those are my two I'm leaving.
Yeah. So I'm going to keep mine kind of hush-hush, and I will click it on the poll question. I don't want to let mine out of the bag yet because I have kind of not a dark horse, but I think I have someone in the bag that may shock everybody.
Hopefully not Samantha Stosur. I'm going to laugh at you if that's what you say.
What if I...
Just saying.
What if I said Venus Williams? What if I said Venus Williams? You going to laugh at me again like you did last year all year?
I think so.
Don't forget about Venus Williams.
I mean, she could. I don't think so.
All right, Carla.
It's a tough slam to win.
So she
the hottest one.
So she thinks Nadal's going to win it.
No, honestly, that's my pick. Do I think he's really going to win it? No, I want him to win it, but I don't think he's going to
So
win
I don't think we can really hate on one another here because if you think I said Venus, I could laugh at you the same way that I think Nadal.
I don't know. I think Nadal has a lot more game than Venus.
All right.
And he's younger, so remember that.
Moving forward, remember what she said here. All right, so quick topic of the day before I turn this over to Carla. And this is a topic that I have done a video on before, and not nearly to the depth that I think others have much more credentials and much more insight than I do. So I'm going to put a link above of a video that I did on a whim quite a while ago about the use of polyester strings for juniors and or adults from a stringer and pro perspective. Okay, so this segment is actually coming from a Mr. Brad CRANFORD. He is a master racket technician, acronym MRT, which is no easy task to achieve. He is also a PTR certified tennis professional.
Bravo to him. Wow. Great credentials.
Absolutely. He is actually actively involved and works at the Salvation Army, KROC or Kroc Tennis Center in Greenville, South Carolina, which, by the way, won the National USTA Facility of the Year in 2013.
Wow.
So bravo to you, Brad. Brad and I came across each other's paths just yesterday while doing a review of some polyester strings from Racquet. And Brad had some very good insights, not on string brand, but on the health of our students and or clientele's bodies when we use some of these polyester strings. Now, this is a highly debatable topic. I will say that. This is not the first time that I've found myself in this debate. I've had the debate for a very long time. I mean, just after polyester strings made a dominant kind of platform in the game, this topic came out. So you can check out my link above for the video. However, when you have someone that's a master Racquet technician that obviously has served his clientele very well over the years, insofar as having a facility that won a very prestigious award in 2013 and is still very active in the health of the students, I hope that we can get the discussion started here and not necessarily on the video you see above, just that's laying the foundation of the debate.
Right.
But what are your thoughts on polyester strings for players as a whole, as juniors, the health from the arm? What can we do to offset this? So I'm going to defer to Brad here. I know Brad has some suggestions on how we can offset this in terms of tension, in terms of maybe hybriding, or some other things that he may or may not recommend to benefit the health of his students and clientele. So again, this segment is not mine. This segment is Mr. CRANFORD's, and I hope that he can comment below and simply put in some information that can help us all as adult players and as juniors to keep our bodies healthy. So some people may agree, some people may disagree. So I will state that. There may be comments that are like, no, you don't know what you're talking about. There will be people that say, you're as good as sliced bread. And I've been through this before. But I will defer to Brad here because at MRT and someone with his credentials, I think I would step back and listen to him.
Sure, definitely.
All right, so thanks, Brad, for the segment. Again, this is basically his deal. So thank you very much for the conversation. It was a joy to speak with you, and hopefully you can share some light with all of us on your thoughts of why we should use polyester or why not, and at what tensions if we do use it. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Let's go. Thank you very much, Brad. A great conversation. I love speaking with you last night and again today. Meant a lot. Good luck on your travels, and we'll see you soon. All right, so moving forward, Carla, it's all yours. Oh, and by the way, don't forget that Racquet has non-polyester strings as well. So I know our first play test was polyester, but Racquet does have a solid selection of non-polyester strings, which I do have in front of me as well. And we're going to get into those in play tests upcoming.
Right.
All right. So Carla, turning it all over to you for our few finals that we did not have results for in the last show because they had not occurred yet.
Right.
So let's get into your finals and let's roll.
Well, we had the Brisbane women's final. Karolina Pliskova from the Czech Republic defeated Lesia Surenko from Ukraine in a 2-hour match, 3 tough sets. I heard in this match that Surenko rolled her ankle in a deciding set, which was tough for her to come back from. And also some coaching on Pliskova's side helped her win this final. Good match for her.
Well,
Good final for her. She needs a lot of confidence. She's that type of player that her mental game, if she's not in it, she goes away quickly.
2 things for me right off.
I know what you're gonna say.
Carla never tells me these scores, by the way. She never, so I can react to them. First of all, Surenko's a beast. She's a strong girl. We mentioned her in the last video. I'm sorry she rolled her ankle.
Yeah.
I'm sorry she
That's
rolled
tough.
her ankle. I've done it on my left leg many times, and there's absolutely no way that you can play 100% after rolling your ankle. Number 1. Number 2, the coaching on the sidelines, I think makes 0 difference. I personally think it's a fashion show. I think when I see Sasha come out and coach Osaka with his super tan and his beautifully combed hair, I think it's nothing more. I think it's nothing more than theatrics. I don't care for it. Myself, as a young player, college player, through the juniors, through now, never was coached ever. Now, I had coaches on the sidelines that looked like they wanted to kill me, and I know you had the same. However, I was never coached on the sidelines. I think that's up to the gladiator in battle to figure it out for themselves, win or lose. So Pliskova, on the other hand, I have loved for a very long time. Should she have won a major already? Absolutely. Do I think she can win one this year? Absolutely. I mentioned Venus is one of my people to win the Australian Open. Pliskova could be another.
You know, my question is why? How come they don't do this for the men? So are the women weak that they need coaches to come down? You know, because they don't do that for the guys unless it's like a Davis Cup or something that doesn't really matter. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't
Kind
think.
of a slap in the face for women, just saying that we're not mentally strong, so we need a coach to come down.
I don't think it's that at all.
To me, that's what it looks like. That's my opinion.
How about we discuss at length the TV ratings and the profit ratings from commercials and so many other things that are changing things, like the Davis Cup and the onset of the Labor Cup and all these other tournaments that are getting into all these. This person, let's see this guy's face. Let's see that person's face. Let's see this.
I'm just saying, can you imagine Roger Federer's coach coming down to coach? To tell him what to do in a match? I think we would all laugh, just saying.
Yeah, I mean, the whole coaching thing on the sidelines, again, I'm not going to get into this again personally, and you can knock me down if you think I'm wrong, but I personally think it's preposterous. I agree with you. I think our coaches should have us trained enough before we get on the court to be able to dig deep, to be able to think internally and rationally and get us through tough times. I think for someone to say this person was losing, the coach came out, said something, and now they're winning, I really don't buy into it at all.
Yeah.
I just don't.
All right, on to the men's final. Kei Nishikori from Japan defeated Daniil Medvedev from Russia in 3 sets.
Oh!
His first title since 3 years. Good for him. He deserved it. I thought he looked strong. Remember, I told you he looked a lot stronger to me.
Good job for Nishikori. She mentioned that she noticed a lot of calf building and leg conditioning in one of his previous matches. Nishikori's always been really strong in the legs, and she may be right. This may be a sign for more to come.
He looks hungry.
Hopefully he can stay healthy. He is injury prone, and I know this feeling. Hopefully he can stay healthy, but watch out for Medvedev. Medvedev is no joke. He will be around, I promise, as well as Rublev. So don't forget about these Russian players, Medvedev especially. Watch out for him.
All right, on to the Auckland final. Julia Gorgas from Germany defeated Bianca Andreescu, the youngster from Canada, in 3 tough sets. She took it out in the last one, 6-1. Good for Gorgas.
Yeah, good for Gerges, and I know we brought up the pronunciation of her last name forever. We called her Georges, and then we all of a sudden heard Gerges, kind of like Muguruza and Muguruza. I get lost in it sometimes, but nonetheless, good job for her. But watch out for Andreescu, the Canadian girl. She's strong, she's young, so she's a little indecisive and may not quite know how to dig as deep as a Gerges. But we've seen a lot of these strong girls here recently jump on scene and start to dominate. Sabalenka's starting to come into it. She's a strong girl. Andreescu is another strong girl. We have a lot of the Sarenko, unfortunately, who rolls her ankle, is another strong girl. Mm-hmm. So watch out for these girls here just mentioned to dominate this year. And I tip my hat not to their coach necessarily, but to their whole team and especially their trainer.
Well, I think for Bianca Andreescu, this would be a year. She's going to lose a lot of matches. She's 18 years old, and I mean, she's won a few important matches. I don't think we'll see her get far into Grand Slams. I think you're wrong about that.
Who?
About the 18-year-old. You need more matches to get far into slams.
No, I think the 18-year-old Andreescu will have a great shot. It's 2 out of 3 sets of women's. It doesn't, in my opinion, I'm not female. You are, obviously. But I think that Andreescu has the power.
She definitely does. I don't disagree with you. I just think this year will be her test. You know, like Anisimova, same thing. Last year she lost a lot of matches. But this year she's winning more matches.
But Anisimova, the American player from New Jersey, moved to Florida. She's a tall girl, thin like Sharapova.
But she hits hard. She's not as thin as Sharapova.
But we're talking about the strong, powerful girl.
She's like a Halep. Halep is short, but Halep is strong.
Andreescu?
No, she's like a Halep. They're both small girls. She's not a big girl.
Who's a small girl?
Simone Halep.
Okay, yes. Okay, got you. Okay, I thought you were saying Anisimova. She's like
no.
super tall.
All right, on to the next match. Qatar Open. Roberto Bautista Agut from Spain defeated Thomas Berdych in 3 sets.
Okay.
Great tournament for him. He beat a lot of top players. One was Djokovic, another one was Wawrinka. And now Berdych, he pulls out of Auckland, which is smart for him because the Australian Open is right around the corner.
All right, so my quick take on this, do I really have much alarm that Djokovic lost to Bautista Agut, right?
No, we talked about this
because
before.
he just went 3 sets respectively with the strong South African player and Kevin Anderson. I'm surprised he went that far with him.
Well, he played doubles also with his brother.
Yeah, he has a younger brother, right?
Right.
And he played doubles.
27-year-old brother, and they play doubles together
So,
in this tournament.
so I'm not worried about Djokovic at all here. Berdych, again, is one of my top 2 players ever that should have won a major that didn't. Tsonga being another one.
Good match for Berdych because he didn't play at all last year. He left like in the beginning of the season. So that's a good, confident match for him. He needs those matches. He'll do good. He'll surprise us. He'll get fucked.
Berdych?
Yeah.
I think Berdych, this tournament, might make a round of 16 quarterfinal.
Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I mean.
Pretty good run, though.
All right.
All right, here we go.
Tournaments that are currently playing right now. The women's, the Sydney International, round of 32. Few notable matches. Camila Giorgi from Italy defeated Ajla Tomljanovic 6-3, 6-3. Pretty easy match for Giorgi.
Georgie has been...
she played an Australian player, by the way.
Georgie has been around a very long time. She, as well as her coaching staff, have been through a lot from off-the-court stuff. I won't get into all that, but I commend Camila Giorgi for sticking around.
She's feisty. Unfortunately, I don't think she's consistent enough, but she's feisty.
Again, you have to give credit where credit is
Definitely.
due. She could have left the game a long time ago for just being tired of dealing with the off-the-court stuff, and she's still fighting. So I tip my hat to her. She's remained fit. I think maybe for her she'll win a couple of rounds at the Australian, and then
I think she'll go in the second week. She can.
Okay, so
she's a great player. She's very fit.
So you think 4th round for her?
Definitely.
Let's go. We'll see.
All right, the number 4 seed, Daniela Collins from the USA, defeated Tatiana Maria from Germany, 7-5, 6-3.
Collins,
good match. Collins
great college player here in the
Yeah.
United States. Tia Maria's been around for a while. Great match. I don't think we see either in the second week of the Australian Open, though.
Yeah. Garbine Muguruza from Spain defeated Carlos Suarez Navarro from Spain, 6-3, 6-4.
Hey, good match there. Both players, I think. We know Garbine has won 2 majors, a Wimbledon and a
French and a Wimbledon.
A French and a Wimbledon.
Yeah.
We know Suarez Navarro brings out the Carla-like tennis game with a one-hander.
She has a one-hander back.
So I like both
Beautiful
girls.
game.
Good luck for both. I think Muguruza will see a second week, and Suarez Navarro very, very well maybe in the second week too.
I wrote this match down because you like this player. Samantha Stojer from Australia.
Love this girl.
Defeated Dominika Silvakova from Slovakia in 3 sets.
Hey, that's a good match too. I like Stojer a lot because she is one of those strong caliber girls, lest we not forget. I think she beat Serena at the U.S. Open.
Yes, she did.
And won her lone major.
Yeah, good for her. Okay.
Amazing. So Stojer is an Australian woman, very strong, and I like these strong girls.
She's a veteran.
You know, you can see Carly. I like these strong girls. So anyway, so good job for Stojer. Keep it up, and hopefully you can represent Australia.
Yeah. Number 7 seed in this tournament, Kiki Bertens from Netherlands defeated Bernard Pera from the USA in 2 sets. Good match for her. Kiki Bertens has been around a lot. I name her because she had a good summer.
She's had a good year last year too.
That's what yeah. And Simona Halep and Angelique Kerber are playing in this tournament, by the way. So first tournament for Simone Halep, right, since her back injury.
Great match there. I don't know if we'll see 100% from either because of the Australian coming up. By the way, Australian Open draws come out Thursday. Let's go!
Awesome. Next tournament going on in the women's tour, Hobart International. The number 1 seed there is Caroline Garcia. There were not many interesting matches that I could really talk about. Here's one. Vera Lapko from Belarus defeated number 5 seed Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova from Russia in 3 sets.
Great match for her. Even better for Belarus. We have Azarenka, Sabalenka, and this girl. Belarus is putting out a lot of quality players, and they're a very small country. Great job, Belarus.
Another match I had to mention was Irina Camelia from Romania. Begu from Romania defeated Heather Watson from Great Britain 6-1, 6-4. Not a good start for Heather Watson. She was supposed to be like the next thing in Great Britain, and last year she was injured, didn't have a good year, and here we go again.
Yeah, I think she was tinkering around being the number 1 British player for a while last year, and I think that's kind of ebbed and flowed with Konta. So maybe we... Did you not have a conversation at some point with Sabalenka's trainer? Via some type of correspondence?
No, I just know that that was her trainer.
Okay, so sorry, a miscommunication there. She is aware of who Sabalenka's trainer is, and Carla's highly a fan of this trainer. But maybe that some of these trainers in Britain need to take some lessons from those that are producing all these women from Belarus.
Could be.
Maybe.
Next tournament. Let's see. We're going into the men's ATP Auckland round 32. Cameron Norrie, from Great Britain defeated a Tyre Benoit pair 6-2, 6-3.
Well, when you travel 30 hours and fall asleep on the court,
I can't blame him.
You can't blame the guy.
No.
You catch a flight, you travel 30 hours, and they schedule your tournament director schedule you the match for first thing that morning. Granted, the tournament directors and the draws makers don't really know your traveling patterns, but maybe we should start.
Well, he
thinking
said that
about
he
it.
shouldn't have played on Monday, and they gave him a lot of heat for this, for falling asleep. I mean, the guy was tired. He said he didn't feel his legs. Can't blame him for losing the match. Next match, Philipp Kohlschreiber from Germany defeated Brady Klon from the USA in 2 sets. Good match.
Let's go. I love Kohlschreiber. Beautiful one-hander, strong game.
Veteran of the game, yes.
Veteran of the game. I'm surprised Kohlschreiber. Well, I was going to say maybe I wish he had won a major, but I don't think he quite has the overall game to do so.
He's in a tough.
He's kind of
tough era.
Yeah, tough era, kind of Wawrinka-ish, but not really.
Yeah.
Kind of like Tommy Hosic. Tommy Hosic from Germany, but maybe not as much.
Taylor Fritz from the USA defeated Marcus Opil, Romania.
Good match.
Yeah, I mentioned it because Taylor Fritz is a young prospect, right? For the USA, hopefully. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, hope so.
We'll see.
I think Taylor Fritz will probably fade away eventually unless something drastically changes with his game.
Next match, I named this because I like this guy and he lost. João Sousa from Portugal defeated Denis Shapovalov in 3 sets. Bad start for the Canadian.
Comment below on this one. She told me there was 2 players in the last 5 or 6, 7 years that she thought would be number 1. She always cringes at this one. One has been Denis Shapovalov. Can you tell me what the other one is?
Jeez, I forgot. He didn't do much.
You can't remember?
No, he had a ponytail.
He was Ukrainian. Does that help you?
I can't remember his name. I can't.
Anyway, she likes these young, bodacious, spunky players, and all of a sudden she sees them and she wants them to jump right on the world stage and be number 1 in the world like Nadal did. The spunky, young, hotshot player with some spunk, right?
Mm-hmm. Dagopolov.
Yes, there you go.
Yes.
Dolgopolov. So, unfortunately for Shapovalov, I think Dolgopolov is a similar player. The flash only lasts so long, and hopefully Shapovalov does well. But I think the Canadian player that will do as good as Shapovalov will be Felix Auger-Aliassime.
Yes, I agree with you.
So I would be more...
Yes, they're both the same age range, so...
I would say Auger-Aliassime has more chance of being up there than Shapovalov.
All right, Sydney is the next tournament for the men's. Round 32, Sam Querrey of the USA won in 2 sets due to retirement. Malik Jasiri. Number 5 seed, Alex de Minaur from Australia won his match against Dugan Lajovic.
Go Minor. He's a force to be reckoned with.
It.
All right, be careful for Minor. Minor, for me, is, I think, a better player than even Kyrgios. I won't get back into Kyrgios at the point. You'll see that in the last show. So, great job, Carla, with your scores. As we end every show, we always do a health tip. My health tip for today, or ours, is guard yourself from the sun. Myself, I've had a basal cell carcinoma on my nose removed. I've had 2 squamous cell carcinomas on my forehead removed with Mohs surgeries. They're not fun. It was preventable with a wide brim hat and sunscreen. Please protect your skin out there. It doesn't matter if you have a darker complexion like Carla. It doesn't matter if you have a very fair complexion like I do. The sun will beat you down. Protect your skin. If you can handle a dry fit long sleeve shirt, Ytex has those. Nice jackets. If you want to put sunscreen on your ears, wide brim hat around, it doesn't matter what you look like necessarily. Protect your skin. It can and will kill you.
Especially those of you guys who coach a lot. You gotta protect
coaches,
yourself. And youngsters, start young because it'll affect you later on.
Yeah, coaches out in the sun all day, believe me. I don't necessarily like to go out in the sun and wear some big floopy wide brim hat and long sleeves in the middle of a 100-degree summer with 95% humidity here in Alabama. But I have learned after 3 brutal facial surgeries because of it that I will do it and not really care too much else. Thank you, Ytex, for the long sleeve jackets because now that's what I wear. All right, so that's it, guys. That's our show for today. It's a Monday morning here, and our 5 kids went back to school. That's the little guy. So I hope we didn't rush through this too quickly. And again, thank you very much to Brad in South Carolina for your wonderful insight on polyester strings or not. So don't forget to comment on that. Like the video, share it, subscribe to our channel. If you wish to contribute to our channel, again, contributions go towards racket giveaways. at other prizes that we send out when we do these kind of fun, what would you call it, sweepstakes per se,
for contests,
for the majors. If we get contributions, we send out more prizes. Otherwise, Carla just come out of pocket and take care of ourselves. No problem. But again, thanks again, Brad Cranford, MRT, Master Racquet Technician, and PTR PRO. Thanks again to Y-Tech Strings. Thank you, Ivor Savage, for really caring enough about us to keep up with us in what we are doing. So you can follow us on Facebook at 5K Tennis, or on Facebook at Justin space Carla space Davis, and that's Carla with the C. Instagram at 5K Tennis, Twitter at 5K Tennis 1, and email at 5ktennis@mail.com. So thank you so much, everyone. We'll see you next show. If it was rushed today, sorry, but one of our helpers is in school today.
Yes. All right.
See you later, and we'll see you
Adios.
next time. The Hexagon X play test and string test is coming later this week, so watch out for that too. See you later, guys.
Bye-bye.